In today's video, I want to share the only 5 items you need for summer dressing. These are pieces that you can easily mix and match. They're incredibly classic, and if you personalize them, you can end up with a lot of variety and really chic outfits. I'm also really excited to be working with Quince on today's video, so I'm going to be styling their pieces throughout, and of course I'm going to link everything in the description box down below. So let's get started. So the first thing on this list is a classic linen shirt, and specifically something that has a little bit of tailoring built into it. Linen by itself is a very casual fabric. It's also really breathable. It's perfect for the summer. But if you don't want something that feels too casual, going for something that's linen but tailored gives you that perfect balance. So kind of like what I'm wearing today. I've chosen a white version because I really love white. It's super classic. It's really easy to mix and match, and it feels great for the summertime. But then also you can choose something in navy if you want something that feels a little bit more timeless. And then if you want something that's classic but also very chic, consider black. And these are just beautiful options to have. And I really like this because you can personalize how you're wearing it, but then also the size. And by going for maybe oversized, you have a lot of variety. So you can wear that open over a swimsuit. You can wear that with a pair of matching shorts or pants, which we'll get to in a little bit. You can wear that buttoned up really nicely like a traditional collared shirt. You can roll the sleeves, you can tie it like I've done today, and you just get a lot of flexibility. It gives you that tailoring, but still something very breathable and very, very comfortable. The next thing that I recommend is a pair of linen shorts, and linen is going to be so breathable and perfect for the summer, and then you can of course customize it to suit your preferences. So going for something in the inseam of your choice is going to be the first place to start. So whether that's a shorter inseam like I tend to go for, or maybe something a little bit longer, you want to be really honest and choose what you're going to actually reach for. So if you chose a navy top, going for a matching pair of shorts is going to be so gorgeous. And then also consider something like a pattern. And specifically right now we're seeing a ton of gingham, and gingham is so classic and would go really beautifully for an item like this. By going for a pattern on the bottom, you kind of keep that versatility because it's not taking up the entire outfit, and it's not the first thing you notice, so it's a little bit more forgiving. Now, since shorts are inherently very casual, I recommend having a more dressy option as well, and for this I recommend a pair of linen pants, and you can again personalize it. So the first thing you want to consider is of course the length, whether you want them to be full length or a little bit cropped. And I tend to have both in my wardrobe, but for the sake of this bare minimum necessities, you're going to want to choose one. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more casual, then you're going to go for a slightly shorter length. But if you want something that feels a little bit more dressy and also very current right now, going for a longer inseam is perfect for that. And then you're going to funnel that again into the color, and choosing a color that's going to go with the top is going to be perfect. So you can either choose something that complements the shorts or something that's a contrast, and that would give you again a little bit of flexibility. So you have some choices. And then I also recommend differentiating between an elastic waist or a really traditional finished waist. So an elastic waist is going to feel a little bit casual, but it's also really versatile because if you choose a longer top, then you can cover that elastic and then it can feel a little bit dressy again. But if you want something very, very traditional, going for a classic waistband with belt loops is going to give you that. And then also if you can find something like this pair that has pleating on it, that's perfect because the pleats are automatically a little bit more formal again. So again, you're kind of playing that song and dance. You're taking casual material, but a formal fit. Casual material, but then a formal color. And you want to find your balance and your sweet spot. The next item that I recommend for maximum versatility with very few items is to go for a classic tank top, and specifically something that's personalized in the material and then of course the color again. So going for black always works. I think it's great because it doesn't show sweat. And then also a tank top is very casual. So by choosing something in black or even like a navy if you can find it, that's a beautiful sweet spot, and again joins those two worlds together. It kind of elevates it a little bit. And you can wear this really easily again with pants, shorts, skirts. You can wear it casually, you can dress it up a little bit, and I just love the flexibility of it all. So especially if you go for something in like a ribbed cotton, that's going to give you a little bit more structure and make it really flexible. You can again dress that up or dress it down very easily. But then maybe if you live somewhere a little bit cooler, maybe you want something that feels a little bit more transitional and something you can wear into the fall. Considering something in like cashmere is going to be gorgeous, especially something that's really light. And that gives you that breathability, but also that luxe feeling of the cashmere, a really gorgeous hybrid. And the last thing on this list is a summer dress. And much like everything, you want to funnel this down with personalization. So the first thing to consider is the length. And if you want something that's really versatile, something you can dress up but also dress down, I recommend a midi length. It's great because you can change up how it feels just by changing up the shoes, but a midi length always feels a little bit more formal than something that's maybe mini. And then when it comes to the next set of preferences to consider, you want to go for the color. So going for something lighter is always going to feel really bright, really airy, really sunny, and really great for the summer. But as you get darker, it feels a little bit dressier and a little bit more formal. And then of course you can consider something like a pattern. So choosing something like black or navy is really classic and very versatile, but then also choosing maybe something in a pattern like gingham keeps it really personalized and fun. So those are the things that I recommend for a really baseline summer wardrobe. I'm going to link everything in the description box down below along with the color information. And then also to round it out, I wanted to show you that all of this fits into a really great tote bag. So choosing something in this beautiful woven texture gives you great versatility because you can wear it in the summer. You can use it as a weekender, kind of like in lieu of a suitcase, but then also transition really beautifully into the fall. Thank you again to Quince for sponsoring today's video. Thank you, of course, for watching it, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.